Thanks for joining us. You're watching TVC News at 7. We're tracking developments in Zamfara State, where at least 17 pupils of an Almajiri school have died in a fire that engulfed their school in Kauran Namoda local government. Now, the incident happened at about 2 a.m. this morning and raged for nearly 3 hours before it was brought under control. The fire spread rapidly through the school premises, trapping many of the young pupils in their hostels. Now, other pupils who sustained injuries from the fire are receiving treatment, and residents are still in shock over the incident. The cause of the fire is still unknown. Now, Publicity Secretary of the Kauran Namoda Focus Forum, Abdulrazak Kaura, joins me on the news at 7. Mr. Kaura was at the school when the incident happened. Good to have you join us. Let me start by expressing, Mr. Kaura, let me start by expressing our condolences to you and the people of Kauran Namoda community. I wish we were speaking under better circumstances, but let's get into exactly what happened today. We understand you were at the school. So give us an insight into how this fire actually started.
Yeah, the fire started actually at about 1:40 a.m. today, when the neighbors called that there was an incident at the area, that there was some signs of smoke coming out from bundles of some corn stalks. We immediately moved to the area with the aid of other Samaritan. We were able to quench up the fire. Then the cleric, the Malam, who is taking care of the Almajiri, went back to his home. He now asked all other Almajiri to also go back to their shelter. Unfortunately, at about around 10 minutes to 2 a.m., just 10 minutes later, there was a shout that fire, fire, fire. So all of us in the area have to come out and start fighting the fire. But the issue of concern is the unavailability of the fire fighting people, that is the fire service. Well, I will respond due to their faulty firefighting truck. We called them several times to the extent that one of us have to go there. On arriving there, the commander of the fire service just informed our representative there that they could not respond because their car is having issue. Initially, it was an issue of battery. He said the car could not start. It was later we observed the car has already completely broke down. They cannot move anywhere. So that is how we started using the water from neighbors and even from gutter to quench up the fire. But unfortunately, we could not save the lives of these innocent children, very young ones. They are just within the age of 10, 11, like 15. The highest among them should be 16. They just died, just roasted, just like you are. The way you roast yam or plantain, that's how you are roasted in that fire. It was very devastating. We are thrown into confusion, and still the area is still in one kind of situation. We just pray
so
for
let's talk about the school, because you've just talked about how many students, you talked about how students died. Tell us about that particular school, the terrain, and then why is it that students were trapped in a way that nobody could rescue them whilst the fire was on? Yeah, it is a tradition in there here in the north that from villages, some people used to bring their children to some urban and semi-urban areas where they can access Quranic education. So if they bring their children to the Almajiri school, we call them Makaranta Allo in the Hausa language. So they will go there. The teacher will be attending. We will be tutoring them on how to recite Quran, how to read, how to whatever that concern Islam. That is how they started. So in the course of doing that, as an Islamic teacher, they don't have means to take care of them completely. They only do their best to provide shelter and other needs that include maybe shelter or drinking water. But the food and other things, they have to go and scout it outside and come back. So in this case, this school, the Malam there in the school was one of the best Malams that we respect in the community, because the way he even organized his school is just like the way we are agitating that we need to see our Islamic school look like, more especially the Almajiri schools, because he built a hall for them. They were inside that hall, and they built the hall in such a way that
it can be conducive for the pupils during the Hamatan season or the summer season. Any season, the environment can be very conducive for them to live in. So unfortunately, behind it, there are some people that used to pack these corn stalks. That is how it started. It started from somewhere. It now meets them in the hall. So when it started, as I said earlier, they were able to quench it completely, not knowing there are some part of it. The students are already sleeping. When the thing started again,
Mr. Abdulrazak Kauran, I mean, you've mentioned that before, and it's quite sad to see that students and children have died. Thank you so much for your time. We're staying on this development. We'll continue to speak with you as it progresses. Publicity Secretary of the Kauran Namoda Focus Forum, Abdulrazak Kauran, thank you for your time, and our condolences once again.
Thank you for having me, my sister. You're much welcome.